So today I'm going to be showcasing how exactly I make apps on Replit with the best prompts. Now, the only two softwares that you actually need are literally ChatGPT and Replit for this. You don't need anything else. I do pay for Replit. I don't pay for ChatGPT at all. So anything with ChatGPT, it's going to be completely free. To use Replit Agent, you are going to have to pay. But basically, I just want to go ahead and show my entire workflow. I'm going to be sharing my screen in a little bit as well, and you'll be able to see how exactly I go from idea to app in just a few minutes. And it's much simpler than you'd actually think it is. So why don't we get started? So at first, I'm just going to go into ChatGPT. I'm also just going to log into Replit as well that you can see over here. I obviously do have some projects that I'm currently still working on. So why don't we get started with ChatGPT at first? So basically, ChatGPT is going to be our idea creation center, at least for the time being. Now, here's the thing. This is what I actually like to do, and I think it's a very underutilized feature of just any AI agent. So whenever I actually do have a idea that I want to work on, but I don't exactly know like the specifics of it or how to exactly build out the software, or I haven't really thought about the features of it all that much, I basically use AI to actually refine my thoughts. So let's say, for example, today we're going to be building out a bedtime story app using Bible verses, right? That's the idea that I have. I don't know how exactly I'm going to be implementing it. I don't know what features I want to build out. I just have this rough draft of an idea that I know that I want to build out. So here's what I go and I actually do in ChatGPT. So basically, I just tell ChatGPT, I want to build out a um, Bible bedtime story web app. Okay, so basically, this is the prompt that I have actually just inputted. Obviously, you can make it as simple as possible. I just like being very detailed because it gets me to save some time at the back end of things. So if you just put in the effort on the front end, then I promise you, if you have a better prompt, you can actually save some time on the back end when you're actually creating the app and everything. So basically, here's what I do. So I just type in, "Hey, I want to build out a Bible bedtime story web app. Please ask me any questions about what features I should implement. So far, I know I want to implement real stories from the Bible that will cater to parents reading these stories to kids." So obviously, I'm telling ChatGPT exactly what type of app that I want to build. It's a web app. I know the main feature of it and my main audience as well, which are just parents reading bedtime stories to kids. Please help me refine this idea by asking any questions that you think are important to implement as features and monetization. I want you to come up with a prompt that I can give to an AI agent to build out the web app. Now, again, I am explicitly telling ChatGPT that, hey, at the end of the day, I want a prompt that I can give to a AI agent to just implement and build out this app for me. So now that we have like somewhat of questions that we actually want to ask it, I'm just going to press enter. ChatGPT is actually just going to go ahead and just build this out for me. It's going to ask me all these different questions. I'm just going to hit no over here for now. So here's the thing, right? So it's going to ask me all of these different questions and I'm going to basically go ahead and just answer them. So I'm just going to start answering them right now. Even though it's just, building everything out at the moment. So let's quickly answer them. We're going to do kids ages of 3 to 5. That's our main target audience. Moral lessons and discussion prompts. Yes. 7. Customization and personalization. Uh, yes. We're gonna do multiple Bible translations. Yes. Multiple Bible translations. I'm thinking no, at least for now, just because we're trying to build out a quick little MVP just for demonstration purposes to see if this is actually even going to be like a viable app that we want. Off thematic categories, yes, we'll do that. 10. Offline mode, no. Okay. And then monetization. We're basically just not going to monetize anything right now. All right, so now that we have inputted all of our answers, we're going to press enter once again, and we're going to let ChatGPT come up with the prompt itself. And then using that prompt, we're going to plug it into Replit. and you'll see Replit Agent actually work its magic in a little bit. Now, mind you, Replit Agent does take a little bit longer, like it takes about like 10 minutes or so, but I guarantee you it's worth the wait. All right, so as we can see over here, ChatGPT went ahead and actually built out this prompt for us. I just want to review it real quick just to see if it actually matches what I have in mind as well. And I'm not gonna lie, most of the times, ChatGPT and like AI agents actually have a better grasp of what are actually good features than I do. Maybe that's just because the TikTok brain rot that I have in my brain, but I don't know really. Okay, cool. So I like this prompt. So all I am going to do is I'm going to copy this over and I'm going to just copy and then go into Replit Agent and I'm just going to paste it. Here's the thing. I know what you're thinking, that this is where the real magic is of building the app, but I promise you the real magic is always in the prompting. So once you get the prompting down, once you have a little bit of practice of, just fiddling with the prompts, I promise you that is going to help you build out a better app for yourself or for your family or for your church or for your mosque or really anything. This is not where the magic actually starts. It actually starts with the prompt itself. So now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to hit start building. It's going to hit say creating app. It's going to completely rename everything as well. Where we got bedtime Bible tales. Um, it's going to analyze everything. So it's going to think, and you'll see that it'll actually give us a game plan of like, hey, what it exactly is going to do and how long everything is going to take, including the UI design, including the back end of things, and also just asking if we want to have any additional features at the moment, right? So, will we like any of these additional features? We're just gonna do no for now. And the timeline, as you can see, the visual preview is going to take about 2 minutes or so. And then the first app version is going to take about 10 minutes or so. Now, I'm going to hit approve plan and start. And basically, it's going to keep on working. And you can see the usage page. Every single instance of agent use cost about 25 cents or so. So I'm basically using like 25 cents or however much this app is going to end up costing me. So let's see. But as we can see over here right now, it's basically just building out the visual preview of everything at the moment. And this is the moment that you can actually just go and just, grab yourself a coffee, do whatever, go take a bathroom break or whatever. And then you can come back and you can see what exactly Replit Agent has done. So here is how Replit Agent is trying to build everything out. And so far, I'm not gonna lie, this looks really great. We have Noah's Ark, David and Goliath, the Good Samaritan, Daniel in the lion's den, Jonah and the big fish. Okay, so you see, this is just a visual preview of everything that it's trying to build out, and it's giving us like the reading time, like 6 minutes or 8 minutes or 7 minutes or whatever. So let's see what exactly it comes up with. And mind you, I'm not doing anything anymore. After prompting the agent, I have not touched this whatsoever. And you'll see very thoroughly that it's going to go through, it's going to make the app completely functional. And it might take a little bit, it might take about like 10-15 minutes, but after that, you should be good to go. Okay, so we are back. That took about like 7 minutes or so. I'm not obviously not gonna include that time that it actually took to build the app itself, but basically, yeah, let's take a look over it, what exactly it did. So obviously we have our prompt over here, and let's just scroll through exactly what it was doing. We can obviously do show more as well. It's going to show us all the different files that it actually made, which we can see over here as well. Let's see, and you can see that, hey, I didn't prompt it for anything else because it's literally just using 25 cents. um, and then over here, you can see that in the change log as well, that it was encountering some issues that it actually fixed by itself, whether it be the font body or anything like that. And on the right side, we can actually see the app itself, right? So if we want to actually preview it in a large screen, we could do that as well. And you could see that like, oh, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. So it actually has the categories that it actually built out as well. Reading progress, we can sign in. Obviously, I don't think that it actually set up a database for us yet. I would be surprised if it did, but we can obviously prompt it to set up a database. It's saying that, hey, how do you like the UI so far? What improvements would you like to see? But let's test it out real quick just to see if any of these things are actually functional. So let's actually go ahead and let's test out the app real quick. Let's see if it actually works. So let's do the favorites. So it says that it added to favorites. So I'm gonna add another story to the favorites as well. This notification thing, it'll always pop up whenever you do something, and we see that there's a tab on favorites right here. So okay, we see that our favorites are actually working. That's good. Let's go back home. We can still see that it's highlighted. Let's take it out real quick. Let's see if it actually updates, and it does. Okay, cool. Let's check if the categories are working. Oh, yeah, it seems like it. Yeah. So none in wisdom, none in patience, one in compassion, and we can see that the categories are actually listed over here as well. Let's try to go on a story and let's actually read it. Okay, so I like that it did this. So the story length we can actually choose from short to long as well. So let's toggle that. Nice. It automatically goes and actually makes the story longer as well. Nice. It's actually pretty long. Yeah. And then short. So let's see. God asked Noah to build a big boat called an ark because a flood was coming. Noah obeyed God, even though others laughed at him. He put his family and two of every animal on the ark. It rained for 40 days. And the whole earth was covered with water, but Noah and the animals were safe. After the flood, God put a rainbow in the sky as a promise to never flood the whole earth again. Okay, now I don't know how accurate the rainbow in the sky is, of course, but either way, it's a kid's story. Let's scroll down. This is the lessons God showed faith, great faith and obedience to God, even when others laughed at him. He trusted God's plans and followed his instructions. Discussion questions with your kids, of course. How do you think Noah felt when God asked him to build the ark? Ooh, okay, that's a pretty good question. I'm not gonna lie. How can we show that we trust God in our lives? So either way, we have all these different features. Let's see. The long story, the long one is definitely much longer. Same discussion questions, of course, as well. And yeah, David and Glad. Let's check progress. Like, let's see what's in progress yet. Um, so, nothing that I can see. The progress bar and everything like that, it's not working, but either way, pretty good and pretty functional app. As you can see, it kind of does like the core feature that we actually wanted to do. You can get much more complex than this. I'm just gonna do a really quick thing, and I'm just gonna ask it to actually add dark mode for me. So let's see if it actually does that and how long it'll actually take, just so you can see that Replit agent is actually really reliable as well. So we're just gonna go in here and add message agent. Can you add dark mode for me? And as you can see over here right now, the usage is just 25 cents, but you'll quickly see that after we do this request, it's going to go up another 25 cents, basically making our total to 50 cents. It's going to think right now, and then afterwards, it's going to just review the message, and then it should hopefully build something out. So let's see if it's actually successful or if we actually need to prompt it a little bit more. Okay, so it's saying implement dark mode for your Bible bedtime stories app. So let's start by updating the theme configuration. And so it's basically just guiding you through the thought process that it's actually taking. It's going to tell you what files that it's actually going to update as well. And then obviously, as we can see over here, it's eventually just going to go ahead and actually update the web app itself and add a button. I think that's what it's probably going to do, just to, toggle between light mode and dark mode. But let's see how exactly it implements it. All right, so we are back again. That took approximately like 4 or 5 minutes or so. So let's see what exactly Replit actually came up as a dark mode for us. So we can see over here the log real quick after I asked it 8 minutes ago. So it was actually 8 minutes. So can you add dark mode for me? And it went ahead and actually opened all the different files. It edited them. It actually searched find header component, obviously, and these are obviously just the different files that it actually edited, and if it actually needed to create any files, then it did. And finally, it was able to finish within 8 minutes. Now, I know what you're thinking, that 8 minutes sounds like a really long time, but just imagine this. Like, you literally just had to prompt it one thing. You could just go about your day, you could just scroll through YouTube videos or whatever, and then you could actually just come back and just see that it's already built and it's not going to have any errors, hopefully. Let's take a look at it. This is obviously dark mode right here, so let's hit read story. I don't necessarily like how the text is showing up, but that is obviously something that we can change as well. If we want to go back to light mode, I think, yeah, so this is it. So we have light mode and we have dark mode, and then we have system, which is great. These are all different UI components that it actually built out by itself. Let's just go back into light mode, and you can see that you'll be able to change it wherever that you actually want to. So just real quick, just a quick summary of the video. We just basically went over how I use ChatGPT to actually create the prompts, have AI ask me questions about what exactly it is that I actually want to build, how we actually use Replit agent as well. And this all cost us about 50 cents or so. If we want to go ahead and actually deploy this, we actually can. This is, we could just set up our deployment, and then that will be live. We will be able to access it on any mobile device, on any desktop, or really just anything that we actually see. And obviously, the good thing about Replit is that it'll handle all of the different security features and deployment issues and any API keys that we actually need to use. Obviously, for this project, we didn't need to use any, but Replit is great for security as well. So I would highly recommend you checking it out. And if you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because I really would appreciate it. And if you want to check out Replit, please use my referral code that is down in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.